All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would do a lunchtime quick Q&A for you guys while I wait to eat my breakfast. Technically, well, I slept a little later, started a little later, so not a big deal. I'm going to push the feed window down just a little bit, chat with you people. I've already done my GPP workout, by the way. It's already been blogged. I just haven't made the thumbnail and uploaded yet. That will be up here in a bit. But yeah, thought let's get in. Let's do a little Q&A for you people, and yeah, get some people in. Let's maybe get some good question conversation, some topics. I'm going to do a lot of streaming right now, right? And I do a lot of other work in between. I make some posts and other stuff whilst we do it, and again, multitask while we do it, because I talk to clients and make other posts while we're in here a lot of times. All right. Which most of the people have figured out. Hit like as soon as you guys get in here, though. I see a bunch of viewers already. This is picking up a lot of views for the first minute. No likes, no comments yet. So let's get on top of that, guys. Let's get on top of that. Hit like, y'all. Let's get them likes up. I'm going to get a topics going. I'll pick a topic for the afternoon one. Obviously, we'll have a topic going, and I might run the afternoon one a little long because those tend to do well when we need it. But like I said, I'll get a topic going for that. And people didn't like some of my occasional, so Jack, we're working on it slowly but surely swag stuff, right? I'm not quite the fluffy powerlifter I used to be. Hey, man, I appreciate Defiant. You probably gave that first. Like, Swagster, drop that like button, bro. But we're working on getting. I'm still fasted, though, so I'm not filled out like I am for the afternoon ones later once I'm carved up. But I got a bunch of brown rice, sweet potato, broccoli sitting in my Instant Pot, and I'll slice up chicken to drop on it afterwards, right? But I also threw some soy sauce and some raw honey on top of it. That's how I make brown rice taste good. You know, people are always like, man, I don't really like brown rice. I'm like, have you tried soy sauce and honey? Dude, give it a try if you haven't. You'll be like, wow, never mind. I really like brown rice, right? You guys know what I'm saying? What I like to do with it in the Instant Pot, though, once it finishes, I'll put the honey on top, and then you pour the soy sauce over it, and then put the lid back on. And you let that just soak up. My daily veggies, I do broccoli. Right now, it's broccoli, sweet potato, and little mini peppers. So if you look at the pictures, Trill, I cook the frozen broccoli into the brown rice and then a sweet potato with it also. I do like maybe a shake every day, most days, a lot of days. I mix my creatine with it. So I tend to do at least one scoop at the moment. But I have protein in my wish list. My Amazon wish list is pinned to the top. But I like to slice up, like with a pair of scissors, the little mini peppers, and just kind of put them as garnish on top of it for all the photos of the brown rice and chicken. Are you a gamer? Your keyboard sounds... no, I don't game. I actually don't game anymore, and I tell guys I feel like it's a waste of time. But I am a very fast typer. People notice when I'm typing to clients and friends and family in between in these streams, they're like, dude, how fast you type? I'm like 70 words a minute. I was timed on it in high school over 30 years ago when I took a typing class. So they taught us how to speed type. Like they taught us actually in a class once every day. I had the class for an hour a day. Our typing class, like college prep typing. And yeah, I got to 70 words a minute at one point. So, you know, when I type, it's literally like this, right? Right, like that. And yes, we use proper grammar and annotate and, you know, punctuation. That you're showing your age. Absolutely. I mean, I'm 48, bro. Bone crusher rolling up in here. Because I'm standing outside of the club because you think I'm a punk, right? You know the song. How are you, Jason? I'm good, Tater. How are you doing, Tater? I see you got a picture of a tater with a little smiley face in there, like Mr. Potato Head. It's like they call me Tater Salad. Yeah, definitely showing my age, man. I'm probably showing my age singing Bone Crusher to you. But ain't never scared, right? That was like when I was in my 20s, that was like a club song. That was like a hit. Thank you for asking. Hey, Tater, you are most welcome. Do you shave your head? I wasn't trying to go bald. My hair was thinning. So can it be both? So I got my loaded tech. Nah, that's up in the trunk. There you go, Tater. I ain't never scared. All right. But swag stuff. So can we go with both? So you're like, do you shave your head or did you lose your hair? Can it be both? Because it is both. I've probably lost estimate 40%, like just estimate, maybe 40%. And then I just shave all the rest. Like I shaved it this morning. Look how smooth that is, right? It's like, damn, you're smooth. The women's be like, you know. You guys need to get those likes up, man. We got like 6 people in here typing. We got 1 like, guys. Come on, hit them like button. Y'all know the drill. So yeah, it's a bit of both. It's a little bit of both as far as the hair goes. Oh man, we're getting some classic gangster rap up in here though with the Bone Crusher. The other dude Tater knew the lyrics, right? He knew the song. Right? Tater's all about it. Right? Like he's an OG right there. And the Bone Crusher guy's probably like, wait, I don't even know what we're talking about. Like the name of your name is a rapper. Right? Gangster drug dealer rap is better than drug user rap. Yeah. Drug user rap? What do they do? What are they singing about? What? They used to sing about slinging powder. Now I guess they sing about snorting it, right? Yeah. Those aren't real gangsters then, man. They're just junkies. Bacher, they did vote. It wasn't, I don't know that it was a landslide, but they definitely, they sing about being depressed and doing drugs. Yeah, that's just nonsense. Oh, I don't know. What's Jeff weighing? I mean, the dude was small as hell. Is he even that much bigger? What's he? I mean, we can't even go by what he claims to weigh. He was claiming 6 foot tall, 200 pounds with 18-inch arms, and he was half my size. He was half my size in person. And the same height as me, talking about 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. Like, bro, you're 5'9", $165 tops. Gotta be kidding me. I just can't with these people. I just can't. These lying influencers, bodybuilders. And dudes don't realize till they get around the pro bodybuilders how short they are. My God. Like those stats are lies. Like, oh, he claims he's 5'8". No, dude, he's nowhere near 5'8". Dudes be like, we are representing the lollipop give, the lollipop give, the lollipop give, right? They should just all sing that while they pose on stage. That should be the song playing. Just, right? It's just shocking. It's so weird. Bodybuilding is so weird today. It's not only the crazy death cult, but all these dudes go on and on and on about superior genetics, and they're all really short. Like it's the only endeavor in the world where really, 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 really short guys are supposedly genetically elite and superior to everybody. It's such a strange, weird cult. It's just so weird. It really is, guys, if you think about it. Seriously, a bunch of 5'5" guys running around and everyone talking about their amazing elite genetics. It's really funny if you think about it. It's hilarious if you think about it. It really is. You'll never see another 6 foot tall Mr. Olympia. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, guys. All right. They look too lanky and small. What are your stats? I am 5'9". I weigh 209. I'm 209 pounds, bro. So I've trimmed down. I mean, the heaviest I was like in the 240, a little over, when I was squatting 600. It's just too heavy though. I can't be doing that in my 40s. I'll go under 200 by the time I'm 50. So in about 7 weeks, I turned 49. I probably need to be under 200 by 50. I'll just keep trimming down, get leaner, tighten up a bit, just for overall health. It's like I do all that cardio now. Like I do cardio all the time. Lots of cardio, lots of conditioning work. Keep my diet super clean, and that's just for health. Like longevity, guys. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to be healthy. Is there snow outside, dude? I'm in Texas. It's 80 degrees right now. It doesn't snow every year where I live. We get snow about every 4 years, and so since we had it a couple of years ago, we won't be due probably for a couple more. So we get every 4 years like clockwork. We get a snow day where I'm at. So, and we always jokingly call it the Great Blizzard. Tater dropped a super. Appreciate it, man. Hello, I used to watch you back in the day. Rediscovered your channel. Happy to see you're doing well. What is better in your opinion, double progression or linear periodization? I like double progression more. So if you're going to ask me straight up to pick, I think double progression is better than linear periodization. Now, and I appreciate the super. So given that you dropped a super on it, do people need me to explain double progression? You obviously know what it is, since you're asking. Like you actually know the two. You clearly already know. If anybody else needs to know, I can break down briefly the difference. I'm gonna give you guys a cliffs, since we got a whole super in the stream about it. Okay, linear periodization is where you take 3-week blocks of a given rep range, and you increase the weight and reduce the reps every 3 weeks, and in blocks called mesocycles. So an example might be, let's say you do a 12-week linear periodization. You might start with 10 rep sets the first 3 weeks. You might go down to like 8 rep sets, all right, for the next 3 weeks. So weeks like 4 through 6. Then the next 3 weeks, you might go down to 5s. And then you might go down to triples and 3s with different set schemes in those, sometimes inside those mesocycles, right? And then you'll go down to maybe triples for the last 3 weeks, and then test your 1 rep max, and then do a deload and then repeat. So that would be like linear periodization. Double progression is where you work inside of a rep range. So let's say you decide that your double progression is 5 to 8 reps. Okay. You just do 5 rep sets and you try to add weight. So let's say you're doing double progression in the 5 to 8. So let's say your back squat, right? Let's say you can do 300 pounds for 5 reps. Let's call it 100 kilograms, right? 100 kg, because I know Dad and the boys is not in the US. You will add reps. So you'll try to do 3 sets of 5, and you'll try to get to 6, 7, 8 reps, whatever, right? You try to add reps every time you possibly can. When you get to where you can hit 8 reps, you add weight. And you try to get it down to about 5 or 6 again. So you might put 5 kilos on there, or 2.5, and you repeat the cycle over and over and over. So it's kind of an undulating adding reps, gets heavier, add weight, reps go down. And you just do it every time you're able to. And we call that double progression. Okay. Very old school. Linear periodization came out of Russia. So during the Cold War, the Russian scientists came up with like linear block periodization. Double progression is an old school system used in the US and the UK and stuff, back all the way back in the 50s and 60s by lifters, right? So there's kind of your origins of these two systems. Cool. Everybody get it. Everybody understand. Do you think the quality of physiques will change since so many gyms are going more machines? It already has. On average, physiques are worse. Outside of the fact that all these young guys blast tons and tons of drugs, I can tell you right now, I walk into the average gyms today, dudes are smaller. They're smaller, they're less jacked, they're weaker versus gyms in my day. Like straight up dudes. Other than all the guys on a lot of drugs. So when the heavy drug users are taken out of the equation, yeah, dude, I can tell the difference from 25 years ago. Because when I walked into the gyms, everybody squatted, everybody bench pressed, like everybody did the big movements. Like you were made fun of if you didn't squat. Like straight up, dude. You walk into the old school type iron gyms I started in, the dude who didn't squat, who went to that gym, got made fun of. And people say, well, everyone talked. Yes, everybody talked. We didn't have smartphones. Nobody was on their phones, dude. Everybody talked. They socialized. You got pulled into stuff. You got pulled into bench press contests just if you happened to show up when all the pros were there. Oh, everyone's got to come over. They're like grabbing every dude in the gym, having you come test your max bench. It was just like that. Or you go in, it's like, oh, we're having a chin-up contest. Like, get over here, Blaha. We're seeing who can do the most chin-ups. We're having a contest. And there's like 12 dudes doing chin-ups. It was just a different time. You know, but it was supportive. It's like everyone would bring you over and, they clown you a little, but it's like they were supportive. Like people would be like, come on, they would give you that back slap before that bench. They would yell, tell you, come on, lock it. People would be yelling for you to lock it out. Or you're doing that chin up contest, man, dudes are like, you got 3 more. Come on, man. Come on. People would be cheering. I did fine in them. But you just get pulled into them. People just like, come on over, man. We're having a chin up contest. You're over here trying to do whatever day you were going to do, man. And you're getting drug into these contests. All right. I didn't know what my deadlift was, and the power lifters over caught me one day. Like, come over here. You're deadlifting with us. What? Like, we want to see what you deadlift. We just saw you squat 405 for a double. And you don't deadlift. I said, no, I don't know how to deadlift. Like, we're going to teach you how to deadlift. And I learned to deadlift, and I learned that I could pull 455. I'd never deadlifted before. So I found out that day I could pull 455. I got pulled over to the platform. They're like, come on. We see you squat. We know you could squat. I got taught how to deadlift, and I built it up and got up to 455. Again, just the way things were. Gyms were a completely different culture, completely different from today. Yeah, so different. So yeah, dudes are weak and small as shit. When you walk into normal gyms today. Why is it generally recommended? Great question, CC. The more body fat you have, the higher your rate of aromatization. So if you're fluffier and you do your first cycle, you're going to get a larger estrogenic effect from your gear. That's why. Makes sense? You're going to get much cleaner veins if you're leaner. So again, if you're new to gear and you don't know how to control yourself, because you can't just do a bunch of AIs by default, you could really cause yourself a lot of problems. So if you don't know how you handle it, and dudes jump on, say, 500 milligrams in their fat, they might get gyno their first cycle. And it was even more true back in the day when dudes did stuff like front load with D-bolt and all that test. So the big stack in the day, the stack everyone did when they wanted to get really big when I was younger was test deca D-bolt. Now think about if you're fat and you run that combination. Bro, your estrogen be out of control. You would get so bloated if you were fat already, and possible gyno and everything, just ridiculous. But lean dudes can get away with that stack. right? They just blow up. Now, granted, they're holding a lot of water with it. So that was the old school. So that's generally why historically people have told you that. And no, coach, don't be blasting these days. I am literally just on TRT, and I don't mean YouTube TRT. I am on a replacement dose, and that's all I do. That's it. When is it appropriate to work pendlay rows and over standard and over rows? I guess it depends on what you're trying to do with it. If you want more power development, better deadlift carryover, it makes a lot of sense. Right? If you want more upper back, you're probably going to get more potential for lat. You're also going to be able to go heavier. So as far as lat, rectors, posterior chain carryover, you're going to get more out of a pendlay. The bent over row, though, probably a little better for your upper back. Things like your traps, your rear delts is going to be a little better. So it depends on what you're trying to do, honestly. Obviously, then if you're going to do cheat rows with straps, it just makes sense to do the bent over. Because heavy cheat pendlays is kind of a different, strapped up is that's a different ballgame. It can be a lot of stress on your low back too if you do them that way. Because you're going to be going pretty heavy if you start doing cheat rows off the floor, especially strapped up. So different things, depends on what you're trying to do. But in terms of force production, the pendlay is going to be a better movement for power transfer. It seems like most people are lost. Everyone thinks they need drugs just to train, mostly with young people, clean foods, maybe cruising. That's all you need. Well, Jules, so look at it this way. I've said this many times. I told this same story years ago, and then Loadliner chimed in and backed me. In a different video, he said, no, Blaha is absolutely right. He made a video saying he is 100% accurate on this from our generation. And he was doing this all the way in Ohio. His story in Ohio versus my story in Texas, it was the exact same rule. So what does this tell you? If the lifters in Ohio had the same rule we had down in Texas from the same generation, it meant it was everywhere. The rule, when he and I were young, coming up in our early and mid-20s, if you did a cycle of steroids before you could bench 3 plates, we're talking even bodybuilders, we're not talking power lifters, we're talking the gym bros and the bodybuilders. If you couldn't bench 3 plates, squat 4 plates, and pull 5 plates, so basically 315, 405, 500 on the squat, bench, and deadlift, before you did your first cycle, you were called a bitch. You got made fun of, like straight, dude, you did not put in your dues, you're weak, you're lazy. Like there was no respect. And as multiple of us have told you guys the same story. Like you were expected to do that before you did it a year. Like you had to pay, you were expected to pay your dues. So dudes over here can't deadlift 500 pounds during the cycle. It's like, nah, you would have been made fun of. Like people would have laughed at you. So all the dudes on gear would be making fun of that person. That's just the way that it was. So a very different culture 25 years ago versus today. And everyone today, like, I can't even get that where the dudes are on gear and they still can't get to that. It's like, seriously, in a different world. But again, people have gotten lazy. They think they're just going to do pump work on machines. And the reality is, I'm sorry, guys. You know, But if dudes are not going to do drugs, yeah, they need to be eating clean. They need to get really strong, do your basic lifts, and then fill in the gaps. Look, if you need to do some curls for your biceps because chin-ups and rows aren't getting it done, do some curls, right? Go ahead, fine. Your calves aren't getting big enough from squats, and do some calf raises. But people need to get really strong on basic movements, eat clean, right? Chicken, rice, vegetables, milk. These things go a long way, guys. They go a long way. But then again, the standards are now set by dudes all on trend and stuff. And so if everyone who's setting the standards on trend and mastermind while claiming natural, therein lay the problem. Therein lay the problem, guys. Unfortunately. I might wind this down in a minute. It is past my breakfast time. I'm starting to get hungry. It is 12:20. I fast in the mornings. I did all of my conditioning fasted. I've already recorded it. I did all that GPP. So we did farmer's walks. I bumped the weight today on those. I did 10 sets of med ball throws. I did some sled work, some reverse hypers, and one-arm kettlebell presses. All right, good stuff. Tomorrow we're going to squat, bench, and deadlift again, and then do chins and incline and all that, and some curls. Curls for the girls. Thanks for the stream, Jason. I'm gonna head out. See you hopefully later. So yeah, I'll put a longer one in this afternoon. Hey Tater, I appreciate the Superman. Love you guys. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before we go, just for the old time's sake. Oh, Mount Bicepius, and we're out.